We lack so much individuality. It's no reason why you should be in a 4X forcing yourself in H large.
Ooh, I was about to say,
that's a mental issue. That's on the same level as I got a dick between my legs, but I'm a woman and I'm gonna beat everybody who.
I see them.
That's the same level of delusion
I see
to
a
me.
video one time.
We on Strike the Nerd podcast, man. I'm in here with E Cupid, Ebony.
That's something.
You know what I'm saying? And I got my boy Marati in the building. He do music. Ebony, you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am branding and exposing and introducing E Cupid. You know, recently I just rebranded my photography business from life and session photography and branding to close and personal intimate photography. Reason why I did that is because I've been shooting for 5 years. I'm self-taught. Everything has been trial and error, self-taught, hustle. I've never had a mentor. I had one person that kind of like tried to take me under the wing, but it was kind of like self-explanatory. And I just got a natural eye. So it wasn't necessarily nothing that could be taught. It was more so encouragement. Just keep going. Just keep going. But I've been shooting for 5 years. I taught myself how to shoot. The camera fell in my lap. Never wanted to be a photographer. Never thought about doing photography. Never. It was just moved back to Memphis. Had my baby. And I had a friend of mine that was a YouTuber. And her pictures were dope. Her videos were dope. And I was just like, who do your pictures? Who do your videos? She was like, I do everything myself. I was just like, are you serious? Like, this shit look dope as hell. Like, are you serious? So the next time you do it, you know, let me go with you so I can start doing my own stuff too. You know, because it was hard to believe that you got this good quality doing, you know, at the time. That's what I was looking at, like, this dope. So she did. She was just like, you know, she was doing a photo shoot. I went with her. And I felt useless. And I was like, okay, it looks like a lot, so I want to help you. Just tell me what to do. You know, just give me the basics of the camera. Man, I killed that shoot. I killed the shoot. I just got into the zone. And I've been shooting ever since. I posted the picture. Somebody inboxed me and was like, can you do my photos? I'm building a portfolio and I'm looking for a photographer, and it just went from there. So it took me 5 years. I never really knew who I was. I never had an identity. And part of your branding is your identity, your brand culture. So I never had an identity. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know, you know, I just knew
E Cupid.
Well, E Cupid came later, but I didn't know, let me rephrase it. I didn't know who I was as a brand as far as business.
It's your business.
Right.
Sure.
The name Life in Session came from, I'm a new mommy, life is starting, so life is now in session. And then me and my friend, the girl who put the camera in my hand, we started it together as a collaborative business. She was at the time falling out of love with photography. So she basically was just used by God to put the camera in my hand. But she was like, I don't want to do photography. She was in love with fashion, and she was amazing at fashion. She was amazing at modeling. Still to this day, nobody touching her that I've experienced. I've just always just been authentic. So that's where the name came from. Was just like, that's where my creativity come from. It's just my reality. Mm-hmm. So at the time, life was in session, and when we was making the name, there was something that I had on the wall, and I was like, that's perfect. So boom, 5 years later, I rebrand, and I'm just like, I know my photography style. By this time, I've done, in 2020, I did the E Cupid blind date photo shoot. I like going out. I like having fun. My favorite spots got shut down because of the pandemic. So I'm like, we can't socialize. I can't meet no niggas. You know, like we gotta do something because that just so happened to be my poison. You know what I'm saying? At that time was fellas. So now we can't socialize. I'm not, you know. So boom, I was influenced by where I was, my reality. Things like that. So I decided to start the E Cupid blind date photo shoot. It blew up. I didn't have the willpower to just kind of like pursue it And I felt like, you know, I kind of started questioning myself, like, if this really blow up, like, what credentials do I have as somebody, a matchmaker? I'm not gonna say that I talked myself out of doing it. I just knew that I accepted that I had some maturing to do. Would you take advice from somebody who chooses? Would you take relationship advice from somebody who chooses not to be in a relationship?
I don't think you need to take any advice from nobody that is not experienced on what you advise. Like now, if that person says I don't want a relationship because I've been in a 10-year relationship and I've been married and woo, and this is why I'm not in a relationship. But if I've never been in a relationship before and you trying to give me the best advice I can, it's so many other people. This is my thing with it. It's just so many other people that is doing what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Life repeats itself. So when you take advice, the best advice is from experience.
Oh, and I'm glad that you said experience. So here I am. I did my first season of E Cupid. I had couples, I had an audience engagement, I had people wanting to know, and I just stopped it. I just stopped it. For one, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I was doing the matchmaking, I was doing the photo shoots, I was doing the editing, I was doing the marketing, I had a baby.
When you start your business, you're starting Walmart. It's gonna be the hardest work you ever see. See, people be thinking that it's
we just had this conversation too.
Easy. I was just telling them, like, it's so many positions. Like I'm starting a photography. Even if it's photography, it's a company. Mm-hmm. How many people in a company?
You have to plan effectively. You have to plan rest. That's something that we don't pay attention to. We don't pay attention to rest. We don't pay attention to mental health in the Black community. We do not take those things as they are. That is our fuel. We are a traumatic culture. We have to take consideration for rest and mental health. And we think, oh, we hustle, we go, until we dealing with health issues. And we can't go nowhere but to a couch. Now we depressed. Now we commit suicide because we didn't rest. We didn't give ourselves time for mental health. I did, goddammit. I didn't care what nobody say. I didn't care what clients I left. I prioritized my mental health. Not only did I prioritize my mental health and accept that I cannot keep going on this level, I got a baby. A new baby at that. And I'm working at a upcoming record label and I'm trying to balance all of this. It was way too much. It was way too much. I was abusing my own strength. I ain't need nobody else to abuse my strength. I was abusing my own strength. Not only that, I could have kept going because of the type of person I am, but it was the effectiveness, it was the impact that I wanted to have. I wanted to have an effective impact. And I knew had I not experienced nothing more than 2 relationships, good relationships and daddy issues. 2 good relationships and daddy issues, that's not really experience. The thing about help, even as an entrepreneur who needs help, who gives help, the thing about help, baby, I still got bills. You know what I'm saying? I still got bills. Everybody can't help for free. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, when your dream is your dream. You can't expect people to go as hard as you for your dream. You have to plan.
Or just plan and properly have the right people that will. Like it's some people, like I feel like a lot of times when we do reach out, we reach out to a comfortable position to a person that's like close to us, or we gotta go find a person that got drives just like us, and they out there. We can't think that they're not.
And but to my
a lot of times we pick the people, or we always seem to throw a negative when we do try to ask for help or have people join in on our business. But yet, are we researching and really understanding the person that we are picking?
That's why every job ain't for me. I'm literally a natural born creator. You know, not to, like I get fed. I try to stay present, so I get fed as I go. I'm all over the place. There's no structure, there's no order. I am a person of structure and order in different areas, but in creativity, that's not the area. That's where it contradicts itself. Ebony is structured and ordered. E Cupid is a creative. She's a free spirit. It's different. My creativity flourishes off of safety and freedom and creativity and being fed. Me as a person, I need order. I need structure. I need clarity. I need understanding. I'm safe in those dimensions.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like a manager. or somebody
We just
that
had
offers
that
that type
We
of.
just had that
You feel me? That type
conversation.
of-
You need balance.
So what?
You need somebody to balance. If I'm strong in this area, I don't need no more strength in this area. I need somebody, and that's the thing that I didn't have. I didn't have nobody to cover my weak areas.
What do you do if you have a goal in mind and someone was there from the beginning that was working with you towards that goal, but then you notice along the way that, you know, they're not keeping up with what they said, they're not fulfilling promises. I don't want to seem like the asshole. I mean, sometimes you have to be. So far that's what I get when it comes to like trying to be an artist. But you know, I've always been the type that if you was there from the beginning, then you know, by me you're gonna be there in the end. But if you fucking up on the way, because I'm the type that if you can't reciprocate the same energy for my dreams that I can, especially if I'm putting in the work and you said you were gonna do the same thing but you doing different or you not doing it at all, then I have a problem. But I don't want to seem like the asshole that's like, all right, you gotta get off. You know.
But you gotta have balls.
Something that ain't about balls.
It is about balls. They got balls and they ain't got a dick. You gotta have balls.
But what if you burn the bridge?
This shit ain't about no jig. It's about back to experience and stuff. Who are these people that, I don't give a fuck if he started from the bottom to with me. Is he experienced in the way that I need him to have that experience to help me excel?
What if they're experienced in some ways, but not in all?
I'm talking, no. It ain't no some way. When you hire people for a job,
period,
their ass is for that job.
Period.
They're not hired.
And if they're not in business,
they come a job. They're not. You're not gonna keep a job because I come here today.
Okay, an artist, and just so I can have it. If I'm an artist and I have a manager, and I decide to do a contract with that manager that they're going to do this for me as an artist, they're going to fulfill this promise. Am I there? And I'm the one that's going to pay them a percentage from shows that I do and songs that I sell. Am I their boss or are they my boss?
What you mean?
Okay.
If an artist and the manager actually works for you. I'm signing a contract for this guy to be like an agent.
Uh-huh.
Like say in sports, we got agents.
So what do you do if you're dealing with a manager that thinks the opposite?
That's why you gotta know in that contract, just like that's what I'm saying about business. Like we gotta be more business savvy.
At the end of the day, manager or management company, you ain't nothing without your talent. You nothing without your artists. You nothing without the people that you met. That's how you make your money through us. All I want to do is what's best for both parties. Is what I'm saying. I want to get us paid because you know I love music. But at the end of the day, don't no artist want to be an artist for free unless that's.
Realistically, like a manager, yes, bro. You work for me. You're pushing me. You are
motivating me
to go get me.
You're giving me opportunities.
So it is a balance to what's going on. But yeah, I need my manager to do what he needs to do, and I need to do what I need to do as an artist. But if it's not going as planned, then yeah, we need to have a conversation. This is business, bro. And you shouldn't even be mad if you're not my manager no more. It just didn't work out, bro. You still come to this and that. But we be having these things
unless they see the vision. You see a vision, that's why you're mad that I'm gonna let you go. But you wanna stay on this train because you know you can't do it your way, it's not your career.
How do we get mad at black people who prefer structure or
it's like that's a problem with y'all. So it's the same reason why I'm gonna give you an example. It's the same reason why I seen it when I was at college. You would notice that hierarchy when it comes to like being at a black university is a real like serious thing, especially when it comes to like fraternities and chapter presidents and stuff like that. Who's better than who? I've been here longer. I've been running this longer than you. I'm on this level, you not. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing when it comes to status and relationships amongst black people. You know, you won't date this certain person unless they make this amount of money and all of that stuff. So I feel like that could be
say it again.
An example. Hierarchy is big in the black community when it comes to relationships and when it comes to the workplace. There are no women that won't date men unless they make a certain percentage of money because then you can afford them or you can fit the aesthetic.
It ain't just blacks.
And then that goes to.
This how they run. This how everybody run. Like even in it like this.
Do you think they do that because they try to prove a point to white people?
No, I don't.
That we can be just as good.
Absolutely not.
For them, what I'm saying is just like this. It's
that's their preference.
There's a lot of women with the mindset you have. So I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think makes a man a man?
Before we get to that, I'm gonna answer it. But this is what I want. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say as a woman and the only woman in the room. You got a logical man, you have an emotional woman. A woman, no matter what her mask is, her protection, or whatever the case may be, a woman naturally flourishes in that what y'all are attracted to, which is the essence of a woman. What you all both, no matter what your type of woman is and what your type of woman is, what it sounds like it is the essence of a woman. There has to be a safe space. She has to feel comfortable with you.
Not everybody.
Yeah, she do. If you talk to her like bitch this, bitch that, you're not gonna get
not a man. That's not a man. I'm not come. What the fuck am I calling you a bitch for?
your energy.
I'm not on that.
No, that's what I'm saying. No.
Because your energy.
No. I want to say what he said. Your energy and her energy is what's going to pour out the man and the woman out of a man and a woman. That's it. That's why I said compatibility and individuality. Only a man. Only a man can pull out the essence of a woman, and only a woman can pull out the man.
So then earlier when you were giving the example of why you didn't understand why men chose you the way you look naturally versus when you're dolled up.
Mm-hmm. Probably my intention. When I'm dolled up, I'm not trying to attract. I'm really trying not to be bothered. I mean, not when I'm dolled up. Like seriously. Everywhere I go, I can have this on or pullovers. A man is gonna try to talk to me.
Because naturally,
right, and I get that. Right. And as women, we've learned that because we dealt with it even when we was 13, 12, 14 years old. Niggas thinking that we grown. Mm-hmm. I've always been musty and fool. So even when I was that young, everywhere I went, guys tried to talk to me. Whether I was looking cute or whether I was dressed looking a hot fucking mess. It's always brought attention. So when I got older, if I didn't want attention, I would try to look a mess. Mm-hmm. So let me just run in this store and run out. I don't want nobody to say nothing to me. I don't want no dude trying to talk to me because I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be an asshole. Be like, nah, I don't want your number. The way that we opened up with it, I'm okay with being called a lame, boring, whatever. Title me whatever you want. I don't want to have hoes. Right now, I'm not talking to a soul. I'm not a soul. I haven't had sex in over a month. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's a long time. Like this
nigga said on what? 3 days. She said it like she was gonna say, I had sex. I had sex in a couple weeks.
No, for real, it's been over a month, but still.
No, but I'm saying, I'm not even saying.
I'm very much.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying with it. I'm just saying, like the nature of the beast right now that we up against. Just like we're taught with. I'm not saying we, because we old, and probably more so what you going through right now. It's like what you see on the daily with niggas. Burger. Let's get gang. We in the streets. We scam. We winning. I want multiple hoes. Whereas on the female side, it's like, damn, they're the same shit.
I would thought about that. Y'all ever been in a situation where y'all wanted to do something, but you feel like God will make an example out of you if you do it?
Yeah.
I thought about that because I had a couple homeboys in Florida that be scamming. But I just feel like if I do it, God just gonna make an example out of me. That first time I swiped that card.
What you told me how you felt, and it's gonna go with you, that you've been in a family, that you've seen certain things, and I said I'm going this way, think about your nature, it's still going on. So even with your friends, I can see shit this way, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah. Because I see that that's probably not for me. You feel that back to like
but this is
been learned for you.
This is the thing though. This is the thing from my experience as a woman, because I'm gonna say this, men, and don't take offense to it, and this is the whole purpose of my project, the elemental project, is to hear without combativeness the logical man and the emotional woman. Without, but no. And I'm not negating that the man is emotional. I'm not negating that the man is not creative. I'm not negating that the woman is not creative. But this is a particular thing that we need to understand, identify, recognize, learn how to communicate. Men don't understand the emotions of a woman, and the woman don't understand and recognize when a man is being logical. It's a lot of misconceptions with logic, and the misconceptions is he's being an asshole, he's being insensitive. With the woman is, oh, she's trying to be too strong, or she's trying to be.
I would say this both then, because it's just like,
I don't agree with that. I don't
Like,
agree with that because I feel like both parties actually understand each other at the end of the day.
No, they don't.
Nobody.
I'm not saying for the women and men that do, but for the women and men that don't.
Nobody wants to look weak. Nobody wants to be played.
It's not about weakness. We have to create.
But they
do
make it about weakness because at the end of the day, a lot of people get in relationships, like I said, expecting it to already miss. So if you don't want to get played,
that's
you trying to play her.
Society.
She
now
trying to
we're
play
talking
him
about
before
what
he play
y'all
her.
talking about. Now we're talking about what y'all talking about.
Because that's what they're doing nowadays. Even in the music, talk about it. You know, women talk about, oh, I'm gonna play him before he play me.
Yes.
I was just telling them,
I'm gonna keep this
with all this shit. Like, y'all got back to indirect and direct. That shit influences not just what this conversation, but the whole thing. And what I was saying to you is just like, it ain't about just a lot, it's the emotions. If you're gonna say, what are we both not keen on, it's both of our emotions.
That's the point. That's why I'm not
you
just
seem like a
one.
logical man, but it's like, it's really
because that's the number one thing that women don't understand about the
it's
man.
like the emotions of a man. It's not it's the emotions. It's like we not understanding of your emotions. Y'all not understanding of our emotions.
Because y'all emotions are delivered logically.
No, because you're trying to tell me that.
The fact that
you're not
saying that,
let me know. This is what we gotta do. Communicate between each other and let her tell me about her emotions. Let me tell you.
That's what I'm doing.
You just told me.
No.
You would tell me.
Listen, you gotta think I'm coming from a neutral standpoint. The only thing that I'm trying to create is the platform. I'm not picking a side.
I'm not knocking EQ. We doing it. I'm just saying in general. All right, if we talk
but that's the whole project right there.
Yeah.
Is hearing different women's perspectives of their emotions, how they deliver them, and what they are to them. The angry woman, the soft woman, the working woman, the single mother. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand, well, because I was raised like this, or this was what was normal to me, this is the way that I deliver my emotions. Get familiar with it. If I'm not your preference, move on. I'm the soft woman. This is the way that I deliver my emotions, and this is how it may come off, but this is not what I mean. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, keep it moving. It's just like we have to get to a point to where we're not trying to, like, relationships and identity is not, it's not subjective.
Okay, man.
Well, it is subjective.
So what's your opinion on this? I just noticed this trend on, you talking about a soft woman. I noticed this trend on TikTok. Would you date a man going to this soft era?
No, I don't want no princess.
Because I noticed that, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing like wrong with it. But it's like, no, a soft era doesn't mean he's a weak man.
I'm not saying that
I didn't say weak.
No, soft.
You asked me my preference.
Now tell me why.
This is what just happened.
Why?
Y'all listen.
Why would you
listen? This is what just happened. You asked me my preference with the expectation of how I'm supposed to answer.
Do you think a man going?
How is that a preference?
So do you think a man going into this? So do you think men going to the soft era can't equate?
What the is a man's soft era?
Okay, if you look on social media,
back to this, you gotta let that shit roll, bro. We gotta get the fuck away from social media and get it to socialize.
When did a nigga want to
get the fuck away from social media?
When did a nigga want to walk around with goddamn robes and feathers on and doing all of that? Like,
slow down, because I'm trying to figure out why women won't be niggas. We all in confusion. So both sides.
So you can't attack one side because men want to be feminine and women want to be masculine.
And I have an answer for both.
You can't say
outside perspective.
Now this is evidence.
This is
I don't care if you take it or leave it. I don't care if you agree or disagree. My perception is my perception, and I'm completely okay with it. If I'm the only person on this earth that feels this way. The answer to the question.
I'm sorry.
Now,
I feel like you're gonna say something.
I'm not gonna say nothing funny. I'm not gonna say nothing funny. Men and women, we tired.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Period. A man is tired of feeling like, and correct me if I'm wrong, since y'all feel like I just take so much of the women's side. A man is tired. Listen, this is my perspective, my observation. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. I feel like when it comes to this soft man era, I feel like men are tired of suffocating in how they really feel. It's the same thing. It's a reflective thing. Listen, hear me out.
So
this is the problem. Nobody wants to listen. Everybody want to intervene. Nobody wants to talk. That's why I said with my stuff, I don't want to have a fight.
Speak your mind.
This is the thing. Men tired of feeling like everything is on them. In the man's world, oh, I gotta open the door. I gotta pump the gas. I gotta do all of this just because I'm a man. I'm tired. Just because I'm a man, I gotta do all of these things. What about me? The woman. Just because I'm a woman, I gotta be an object. I just gotta be sex. I just gotta cook and clean. I just gotta be those things. No, I'm an individual. And now we got women and men who's like, nah, shoot, I'm a nerd. Shoot. Well, I don't want to have sex. Or I don't want to cook and clean. You know what I'm saying? Now we're living in a generation where freedom is available for men and women. So that's why we have men in soft men eras. And that's why we have masculine women. I feel like people are tired. I feel like the man is tired of doing things that's just gender.
Let me just ask you a question. When you came up to that answer about the man, did you get that from a man, or did you just get that from you and your experience? Did you
I didn't.
Did you hear a man tell you that ever?
I have so many conversations, vulnerable
Where
conversations
niggas said
with married men.
No, I'm just asking. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
You heard niggas say, I'm tired of pumping gas, I'm tired of being a man?
Because I'm
tired of being.
I don't have no problem.
You heard
doing
niggas
that.
say this. Like, I'm tired of doing manly things.
Yeah.
And being the protector and being those, okay.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's
a problem
Ain't nothing wrong with
with
that. There ain't nothing wrong with I ain't got no problem with
That's a
nobody.
problem.
But this is what I'm saying.
But you
Men
know
don't
what,
experience the side of
So
men
they're
that
tired of
women
being a
experience.
man.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you.
A man is a protector. It says it in the Bible.
I'm gonna tell you
Listen,
what
hold on.
this
Let me say this,
Go ahead.
cuz. Let me say this, cuz. The points that y'all are making, these are the same things that women have had to the point where they like, shit, fuck it, I do this shit myself. This is what dating looks like. Hold on, you don't want to put my gas because you just worked 4 hours? Not 12, not 8. You don't want to pump my gas. We at the gas station, and you don't want to pump
And you
my
don't want to be.
gas.
And you don't want to be my. And you don't want to be a woman.
But it's the thing. It's the princess treatment.
It's the same
No,
thing.
but listen, y'all. It's not about dick and p- It's about understanding. It's not about masculine. It's not gender roles. It's individuality. It's people. It's people being people. At the end of the day, a woman constantly hearing this man nag about doing stuff that, no offense, y'all, I'm not saying that this type of man you are or you, but when you're in a relationship with somebody and they're constantly nagging and complaining about doing things that you can do with your eyes closed, you get to a point to where you just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do this shit by myself because this shit is draining. It's adding on unnecessary pressure. You're nagging about doing something as simple as taking the trash out, and this is coming from experience. This is not a conversation that I've had, y'all. You know what I'm saying? A woman don't know where to turn. She's damned if she do. She's damned if she don't. She's damned
And that
if she
ain't
don't.
men. You just dated a. You dated a bitch.
That's the person you dated.
And that's just that one man
And
versus
y'all
millions
don't
of other
understand
men.
how common bitch niggas are.
That's
From what you talking about, that's what you keep running into. So what is it? 'Cause there's
It's
gotta
a
be
lot of
something.
deception.
There's always gotta be something that's
You
drawing
just
you to
said it
these dudes.
yourself earlier.
So what's drawing
You
you to
just
them?
said it yourself
What?
earlier. We live in an aesthetically focused culture. People
So you
will
go in
come
for the
off.
looks.
No, it's not going in it for the looks.
That's
They
my
come
thing, bro.
off. People are fake. It's deception. They come
but
off.
I'm telling you, when we go in relationships, bro.
Because you
Why?
can't say you ain't got no friends that's fake as fuck. Or you know
But
some
it's
niggas
some shit that they.
that's fake as fuck
But
that
it's
you
shit that
know.
they. But look, we don't give, like you said.
They look this
But
way.
look,
they
but
really
look, check
think.
this
That's why
out.
people have
But
to
check
date
this
these
out.
people.
All that is true. All that is true. But what we don't be taking accountability for is the overlooking. We overlook some
Yeah.
shit. We overlook what's got you in that position, nigga.
Which got you in that position, woman. That's the reason you in there. Because we overlook so much shit.
When I said in the
Why you overlook?
like,
back to your point about
I saw the signs but didn't listen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
hard to
your
see.
fault.
It wasn't hard to see that we were different, but there was
That's
only
your
one thing
fault.
on my mind. You look over the signs because whatever else they have to offer is pleasing to you.
That's your fault.
And that's when it becomes your
And
fault.
that's
So the man ain't
all
gonna
I'm
blame you
saying
are as well at that
This
point.
is the thing.
All your
And
fault.
it is
Female
your
and male.
fault. Female and it's your fault. We understand. Let's understand it. If we don't understand it, let's understand it. Once we understand it, what's next?
Getting
A solution.
back.
The solution is what? We just talked about
Communication.
this. Nuh-uh.
Yes, it is.
The other is
Communicate.
It's standards.
Man, no, you cannot come. It's communication, man. And communication and together.
I'm not negating that.
90% of relationship problems can be
So
fixed
much shit,
if you talk.
You heard the old saying, communication rules the nation.
It
That is
does,
a fact.
but at the same time,
We
if
don't
you
get-
just you have a conversation with a person. No matter how good or bad the conversation is, while you have a conversation with that person, you know for a fact if that person fits you. It's not supposed to be. It's not a good idea for it to be a gamble. You should know who you are enough to know what you want.
But you
At the
still
end of the
have
day, everything goes back to who you are as a person.
But you can't
That's
read
no try.
but you can't read anyone's mind. And where men and women have a problem is some women will come in and assume that a man
It's
is
the gratification.
but I can't read your mind. As a woman, I know that there are certain things you want. I can understand certain things you're trying to tell me. But at the end of the day, if you don't open up your mouth and talk to me,
Also, that's
then
what
I
y'all
ain't
say.
gonna know
Y'all
what to
talking
do.
about like women talking in codes
Not
and all that kind
even
of
people. I don't talk. I'm not in this or this discussion. I'm not taking sides on nobody. I say that our problem is, first of all, the reason why we come from broken families.
Okay.
First and foremost,
Okay.
and our
Let me ask, I got a question.
and our communication is restricted because we got so much outside advice. So many outside advisors with this social media thing because it's at the palm of your hand, and you cannot neglect the nature of what that culture is presenting to you on a daily. It's back to what I was just saying. We are still sponges as we grow up. Now, I'm not saying everybody just all the way tuned in, but it's just like when I tune in, this is what's going on. And the biggest thing with our culture is separation. Like, we don't have too many, like, you can go to different podcasts or different things and be like, oh, these folks talking about us being together. But for the most part, we talking like this about the problems between one another. That's why I like that joint where they sitting on the stage and they talk about the
It's a nice conversation.
let's get to back to your point, the solutions. But what they doing? They are communicating. We talking about
It's a nice conversation. They come back as hell.
I'm talking about just sometimes. I ain't watching the whole show, but sometimes I see their questions or whatever. But back to it, we like our communication. It don't need the back. You said this earlier, like me asking about me and my wife or whoever relationship. I don't need, unless I'm asking an experienced person. I need to be asking my wife or my girlfriend.
Okay,
she need to be asking me or somebody that has experience that really got love for us.
Cause your wife ain't your wife ain't the woman that your homeboy knows from a year or two ago. You know, you can't base women off of every woman you make. They're two different people, different backgrounds.
I don't feel like either one of us. We can't base it on past relationships.
But this is why
we learn, but not. You feel you learn from those past relationships.
Yeah, you definitely
but you can always continue to learn because not everybody's the same.
And then different people, you have different people bring out different sides to you.
For sure.
Different people you have different experiences with. So this is why I'm so big on preferences and knowing your preferences, knowing yourself, knowing what you're willing to deal with and accept, knowing what you're willing not to deal with and not accept. But this is why. Scenario. You meet somebody, right? And y'all are talking. I agree. Communication should be key. Communication should be key. But this is something that I don't understand about some men that I hear that's kind of slightly common. The scenario that I was going to give, the common scenario with men.
Go ahead.
Yeah, tripping. I'm so serious. I've never dated a
pics you made.
And I know that.
And just like every woman, like these weak ass pics I made.
But guess what? And I know that, and I value the good man enough to not give him a version of me that hasn't been, you know what I'm saying, self-isolated, self-reflected, healed, identified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because I had a dude made me feel like I was wrong for not choosing a date right now. I don't want a date right now because I'm well aware of the individual that I am right now, and I understand right now. Now, if God does another thing, I will know that because of our relationship. But right now, I am not intentionally dating. The point that I was making is, you talking to somebody. This is what y'all listen to me. I know I said a lot of stuff that y'all like. I'm probably blind to my damn self, but like listen to me because I need insight. I don't understand this, but it's so common.
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't understand it, but it's so common. A man will be like, yes, I like you, I want you, but their actions don't show it. And they show interest when they choose to show interest. And this is no sex. But how confusing is that to a woman? Because I'm not saying be obsessed with me. I'm not saying don't work and text me and call me, FaceTime me. I'm not saying follow me all day, but what can you define what you mean by interest?
You know,
because to me,
this conversation will be that subject. I'm just not realizing that'd be a little difficult for me to give advice on because the women of your generation versus the women of my generation are a little bit different. You guys care about that. Back then, you guys were a little more. It made not logical, but it made more sense. A lot of the girls my age, you know, it ain't really about that. It's mostly what you can do or don't act too.
Basically, sometimes they call it daddy issues. Like their attention, their support. Like you just said, I don't want you to have it, but yeah, give me some affection. It's like it's a balance between what you've been missing probably your whole life and just allow me
so
to
you
be
think
that
that's
way
why
for you.
women? So you think that's why certain women will go? Because I know a lot of young girls
even
who will
us.
go after like, even dudes. Because I know dudes who date older women. Like they be into, you know, like number one, I don't want no woman that's treat me like a child. But like I got a homeboy who like he's into older women. And he likes for them to like baby him and stuff like that. But his mother also wasn't around.
That's bro, everything.
And
you like that?
No, I'm just I'm gonna tell you, okay, personally, me, I'm a whoremonger. I have been a woman that I have, whatever you call it, plenty of women, because of how I came up. I was introduced to sex at 14 with grown ass women. Oh. I was introduced to this lifestyle of fast. Oh, if you ain't doing this, then you ain't real. But I'm old enough to understand, like, this shit affected me where this trickled my whole life.
So, would it ever get to a point for you?
Yeah, you
where like you get tired of doing that?
For sure. I'm at that point where it's because I have a balance too, because I had two sides. That was one side. Another side, I did come from a family. Even though it wasn't, we just talking about the husband and wife. We had grandma and them that kind of show us this is what a husband and a wife and family is. Yes. So that's kind of like back to your nature. The inside of you is always screaming. The true you is always screaming to be out. You just gotta pay attention when that motherfucker is screaming and like, be yourself, bro.
So
it's always there.
Huh? So you saying like,
it's not bad. It's bad to not have an understanding. It's not bad.
Like, cause I don't lie to women. Like, I don't trick them and like make them fall in love or nothing like that. You know, I'm straight up. I'm honest. Like, I'm seeing other people. Like, that's why I told them like, I'm seeing other people.
Back to communication. If you're doing that,
that's doing perfectly fine. Now, how she takes that, and if she gets delusional, and be like, catch feelings, and but bitch, I
also thought I was wrong for that.
But you gotta be a man too, at a point where, all right, brother. I'm telling you that I don't want all this, so certain shit I ain't gonna do with you.
Period.
Don't come and tell a woman that I'm about the. I'm not with that nigga. I don't want to be in a relationship.
I think
I'm not in a relationship. I don't want that. I got girls, but I'm laid over her 3 days.
Every 4 5 days.
Spending time on a phone call together. You like crazy?
Raw.
That's
what you got. So
but I'm not dumb.
Reality.
Yeah, I'm not
And
gonna.
then y'all get into an argument now.
Because that's what makes you a natural human being.
Yeah, but you gotta be in reality when you talk back to your communication. Communication is when you being honest with yourself.
That conversation I tell you, people fall in love with their whole face.